The Bias Plus reports, looks at the matchups between the NFL teams and compares them in two main areas. Number one, net points. Number two, turnover differentials. That difference generally goes to the team with the greater of each category, net points or turnover differential. They get what we call the bias. So again, kind of like a handicap, we can't say that it's a definite, but the idea is that if I'm winning by a large margin and you're winning by a small margin and we play each other, the bias says I would probably, the one with the larger win margin would probably win. It doesn't happen like that all the time, and that's what makes football fun. So, all right, you ready for this, Benny?
Let's go.
Let's go with the first team.
Thursday night game?
Yes, this will be the Thursday night game. Jaguars at Bengals. Bias plus score 59 favors the Bengals.
Well, I would obviously have to agree with that. Bengals just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. And although I made sure I let everybody know that the Steelers have a lot of issues, even they don't have as many issues as the Jaguars do, especially on defense and with an offense that just can't even begin to try to come from behind. If this was in Jacksonville, I might even say that this would be a good game for a little while. But it's in Cincinnati. Bengals should take them apart pretty handily. So I'm taking the Bengals.
All right. Next up, the Washington football team in an NFC challenge against and visiting the Atlanta Falcons. The bias plus score of 20 favors Washington.
Oh, really? I'll tell you the truth, man. I'm so disappointed in the Washington defense. I don't know what to do. But I like Taylor Heineke, and I love Terry McLaurin. There's a possibility that they may be able to pull off, along with Antonio Gibson, enough offensive firepower to take down the Falcons, even though the Giants couldn't muster up enough to do it. So I will probably stick with the bias, and I'm going to go with Washington.
Interesting, the Falcons are 30th ranked on defense, and Washington is 29th ranked on defense.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
But I believe that Washington has the ability to get better. The Falcons' defense is what it is.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got next. The Texans going up to Buffalo with a bias plus score not in their favor, but favoring the Bills at 59. Another big score. Bias plus
That's
score.
A huge bias. And if not for the first game of the season, it would be even bigger.
Yeah,
this is a no-brainer. Take the Bills.
Take the Bills. I'm with you on that one. Next up, Lions at Bears. Now we're talking that equal status.
This is your look out for the Bears moment. I mean, look out for the Lions moment.
Look out for the Lions coming in 8. Bias plus score of 8 favoring the Lions, but the Bears look discombobulated.
They're more than discombobulated, bro. When your head coach starts the season on the hot seat and he thinks to himself, I can salvage this. I can keep my job. If Andy Dalton can just get me a couple of wins, he ain't got to win every game, but if he can get me a couple of wins before he either gets hurt or has a real stinker, then I can bring my rookie quarterback in and we can roll. And even if we don't win as many games as people want us to, because he's a rookie, I'll get a pass. Nah, bro. Now when you put the rookie in and he gets sacked 9 times, then you realize you got way more problems. I'm going with the Lions on this one. I got to stick with the bias again, bro. You know, I hate to always be with the bias, but I got to go with your Lions.
The only stickler in this situation is that the Lions on defense are rated 32nd. They've given up 95 points, and the Bears are rated 19th. They've given up 77. But
I get it.
we know that the Lions got into a shootout with my Niners, so the skew is in a bit on that one. So I'm with you fundamentally.
Well, I don't. When you say the skew for the Niners game, what exactly do you mean? Because I think the Lions put up a pretty good fight against a pretty good team. Obviously, your team isn't where you want them to be, but you making it sound like they like weak or something.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that my Niners had to outscore those guys. So my Niners put up like close to 50 points. So it really makes their defense look bad. The net difference in that game was small. You know, they really fought well and they were very close. So the net difference was small. But then, you know, when you look at their defense, you say, oh, their defense is rated 32nd. A lot of those points was all in one game, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
The danger here is DeAndre Swift from Philadelphia is probably the Lions' best player. The Bears are better against the run than they are against the pass. That could be a little sticking point, but I don't think the Bears are going to be able to muster up enough offense to hang. So, yeah, I'm going with the Lions.
Lions should have the better of the two quarterbacks, no matter who the Bears.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Panthers at Cowboys, a potential intriguing game of the week. Bias plus score 14 favors the Panthers.
Yes, and well-deserved because of their defense. Cowboys been scoring a lot of points. Panthers haven't really been scoring a lot of points, but the difference between what they score and what they give up is much smaller than the Cowboys, as explained by you at the beginning of this segment. Hence, they are the 14-point favorite net points-wise. I really like the Panthers team. I really like the Cowboys offense. This is an AT&T. This is a tough one. Ooh.
Think about this for a second.
Go ahead.
Panthers had the net point bias of 18. So net point 18. The reason it's 14 is because the Cowboys had the turnover bias of 4.
Okay, you just settled it for me. Because guess what? Panthers don't turn it over. Take the Panthers.
Take the Panthers. Okay, the Cowboys can't force a turnover with the Panthers is what you're saying, even without McCaffrey there. All right, that's going to be an interesting game. It's one of my potential intriguing games of the week. Colts at Dolphins. Bias plus score 14 favors the Colts. I don't know what to think about either one of these two teams right now. But the Colts had it in net points and in the turnover differential, and it only still added up to only a bias plus score of 14. So what do you got?
The Colts have been disappointing. The Dolphins has been disappointing to me simply because I really like their coach and I really like their team. I thought maybe Tua might get it together and they would have a decent season, but their defense is having problems. I haven't really dug deep to see if they're missing people, but their pass rush isn't what it's supposed to be. And when you play a lot of man-to-man and you have no pass rush, you're going to have problems. But if I look at the two teams as a whole, I got to go with the bias and stick with the Colts.
Interestingly, the Colts ranked 22nd in defense. The Dolphins ranked 23rd. There's only 2 points separating them.
It's close, yeah.
However,
but the Colts have been a big disappointment on defense.
Colts ranked 24th in scoring. The Dolphins ranked 30th.
Yeah, that's the rub. That's the problem.
There's your rub right there. Okay. It is what it is. The points. It's all about the points. Now, the Browns have to go and visit a red hot Kirk Cousins at home with the Vikings. However, bias plus score 14 favors the Browns.
Oh gosh, this could be an intriguing game. Oh man.
Yeah, I actually have it checked as a possibility for intriguing game of the week.
So this is really crazy. Regardless of the 14-point difference, the Browns are a run-centric team. They really have to be run-centric because Baker Mayfield ain't exactly lighting it up, which is tough to do when you're almost your whole receiving core is out, or at least your best players. Odell Beckham is back, but he's just back. Vikings offense is running on all cylinders, but the Vikings defense is not good against the run. I can see Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt having big days.
Ooh. Scary.
And the chances of Kirk Cousins having a really huge day against the Browns defense. If anybody on the
let me start singing a song.
down,
Where is the love for you and Kirk Cousins? Let me start. Where is the love?
No, no. I'm not saying the Browns are going to shut him down. I don't think they will. The problem is the Vikings can't stop the run. So this is the crazy thing. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Here's my first change. I am not going with the bias. I'm picking the Vikings at home.
Where is the love?
Let's go, Kirk.
Let me say that the Browns are rated 8th in points against, and the Vikings are rated 20th.
Right.
So there's your rub, as you said. They're close in terms of offense. As a matter of fact, very close. 1 point differential between what the
shootout.
There you go. Going with the Kirk man. Uh-oh. Talk about where's the love. Bias plus score between the Giants, who go down to visit the Saints, 53.
Oh, God, that much?
The Saints. The skew is in on, I keep telling you, the skew is in on the Saints right now.
It's really a sad day.
On it off, but it's the second preseason, so we just have to go with it.
We got a 3-point loss and a 1-point loss. And we go down to New Orleans. Man, I'm taking the Giants, man. I know people are saying, man, he's just going to keep taking the Giants because that's his team. I really believe they can win these games. They lost by 3 and they lost by 1. What do you – I know people are, oh, Giants stink. Maybe. But when you lose by 3 and you lose by 1, 2 games you could have won, and then I look at the Saints, they can beat these guys. What they got to do is when they have the ball, they have to move the ball. Take field goals if you have to.
What a concept. Move the ball.
Well, I know it sounds real like basic football, but this is what the Saints thrive on. Look at the Saints' wins. Look at their losses. They thrive on teams that turn the ball over and give them good field position. When they have to actually drive the ball, they lose.
Let me ask you a quick question. Have the Saints adopted the same Taysom Hill role that he had with Drew Brees now?
I haven't heard a word about Taysom Hill.
I did see him in a play. He was in a play, but I haven't looked at it closely, and I haven't looked at his stats to see whether or not he's basically the change up, guy like he was with Drew Brees.
I don't remember seeing him. I don't think they're using him. They look like they're trying to have a regular conventional offense with Jameis.
All right. Well,
I don't know if that's good or bad, but the reason I said I hoped that they would go with Jameis instead of Taysom Hill was because he does so many things. But if they don't use him, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I think the Giants can win this game. I'm picking the Giants.
All right. Titans at Jets. Bias plus score 36 favors the Titans.
I'm sorry. This is a no-brainer. Take the Titans.
Take the Titans. Okay. We won't beat this one up too much. The Titans better beat the Jets. Jimmy Christmas. All right. This was funny because after the Eagles lost to the Cowboys, so many of their fans said, "That's all right. We'll get them next week." And I'm like, you guys know that next week. However, the bias plus score 4 favors the Eagles because those Chiefs defense stinks.
Oh, God.
Chiefs defense is rated 31st. The Eagles defense is rated 10th.
Do you really think that Andy Reid is going to come here and not be prepared? You better take the Chiefs, man. This better not even be a good game, okay? This better not be a good game. Believe me, the Dallas Cowboys defense is slightly improved, but if that gives them a lead, they're
the Dallas Cowboys defense? You mean the Chiefs?
Yes. No. I said the Dallas Cowboys defense is slightly improved.
Okay.
Well as Dak is playing, you give them a lead. They're really great front runners.
Okay.
The Chiefs defense is screwy right now. But if they get a lead, they know how to be pretty good front runners. That's what's going to happen in this game. The Eagles are going to fall prey to the same thing they just fell prey to down in Dallas. The only question is, how ugly is it going to get? Take the Chiefs.
The only way I see the Eagles really competing in here is if they do establish a run game. That's it.
Bro, if they couldn't get to Dak, a dude who is purposely not running, I see him run up to the line of scrimmage with grass in front of it and stop. I'm
talking about giving the ball to Miles Sanders and the Eagles establishing a run game.
Okay, so
that's the only way. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but that's the fundamental to keep the Chiefs on the sideline.
Before the Cowboys game, everybody said the same thing, and they didn't do it.
They've
been ripping the head coach all week long.
Yep.
And supposedly, out of his own mouth, he actually listens to sports talk radio, which might be part of his demise, okay? Because he does things that seem to be catering to the fans. I'm telling you, man, this could be really bad.
Well, this game, we know that the Chiefs have a bad taste in their mouth coming off of a loss.
Yes.
And they don't have to go coast to coast, so they're Midwest to the East Coast.
Right. And then Andy had to go to the hospital with dehydration, but now he gets to come to Philly.
Still living a little bit off of their first win against the Saints too, in terms of their any skew going in their play.
Andy gonna come in. Andy gonna come in. He's gonna order cheesesteaks for everybody, and he's gonna have a special game plan. He knows everybody on that defense just about. This could be ugly.
Andy Reid's coming in talking about, I got a special wonton soup for you.
Yep, I got the special wonton soup for you.
All right. Okay. So you're going against the bias, going with the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
Another potential intriguing game. NFC West Division brawl coming up. Cardinals at Rams in the bias plus score of 6 favors the number 1 scoring team in the NFL right now, those Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, you like this game because you want to see these guys beat up on each other.
I'm loving it.
And I know you are.
Come out with black eyes and missing teeth.
So here's the crazy thing. Now the Cardinals had that game where they had like 6 sacks. Forget who they played. My phone is almost dead, so I can't look nothing up. But they're not going to get 6 sacks on the Rams. Stafford is on fire right now. And the Rams defense, although statistically may not look like they're at the top of their game or playing as well as people expected them to play because they have Aaron Donald and because they have Jalen Ramsey and this, that, and the other, I really think the Rams defense is fairly solid. Cardinals defense has been playing over their heads just a little bit, I believe, although I have them on several of my fantasy teams because they get sacks, they get turnovers. This is going to be a really good game. This could be an intriguing game. I'm going to take the Rams just because of the impressive win over Tom Brady and the Bucs last week. I got to go with the Rams. I cannot not go with Matt Stafford right now. I can't do it. And I love Kyler Murray, and I know they're extremely dangerous. Oh, gosh. I'm not changing my mind. I'm going to go with the Rams.
That's a very small bias score.
Yes.
The Cardinals are actually 11th on defense, giving up 65 points. The Rams are 9th, giving up 62. So they're right in the same neighborhood on defense.
The Cardinals should be pretty high on turnovers, right?
Yeah, well, the Cardinals are ranked 6th, and the Rams are ranked 8th.
Yeah, no, I was thinking something else. Sacks aren't turnovers. So they're high in sacks, but not turnovers. That's different.
Now again, Cardinals number 1 offensively in terms of scoring. Rams are number 3. So not a big difference. So that, like you said, intriguing. I'm looking forward to them beating each other up. And then right after that, we have another NFC West contest. 2 Seahawks at my 49ers. Bias plus score 12 favors my Niners because the Seahawks, we both lost. What can I tell you? You know, it's crazy. But the Niners have a small bias in their favor. What can I tell you?
This was actually a little bit tougher to call. Yeah, Russell didn't look real good last week. He put up numbers, but they couldn't find the end zone. They ran the ball well, but, you know, you fall behind, you can't run the ball. Gee whiz. This is crazy because every time I see Seahawks, I think, what the heck is up with DK? I mean, he's been kind of quiet. I don't understand it. But as long as Chris Carson's going well, I can keep faith in Russell because he takes the pressure off of Russell when he runs well. Their defense is extremely challenged. Niners got issues on defense too. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hate to do it to you, bro, but I'm going Seahawks on this one. This might be a dumb move. I'm not feeling good about this call. I've been very confident with every pick I've made to this point. I am not confident on this particular pick, but I'm going to take the Seahawks.
So what we have here, Ben, is I model the games again. I try to play my upcoming opponent, kind of get an idea. And as I said to you, this is the middle of the second preseason, even for me, because learning my playbook and just getting, you know, having a sense of order and a sense of, you know, in my attacks is really making a big deal. The thing about this game, this is the very last play. There's like 6 seconds left in the game.
What's the score?
I'm down like 3.
Okay.
Like that. DK Metcalf has been having his way with the deep ball. I was so busy trying to make sure Russell didn't run all over the place. He pulls up and he's launching stuff on me constantly. And so it was one of those games where it was coming down to this. And so let's see if I can play it. Ayuk. Ayuk. Don't be on that, eh?
Ayuk is coming along. He was in the doghouse there for a little while. Mr. Shanahan was upset with his work ethic a little bit. They tried to play it off like he had an injury, but I got some inside sources said that wasn't the case. So, you know, I think Ayuk's got better days ahead of him. But there's a better chance of Russell Wilson throwing long balls to DK and DK coming up big than there is for Garoppolo hanging in a scoring match and winning at the end. So again, I'm going Seahawks.
Everybody underestimates Garoppolo's ability to score.
I'm not underestimating it.
If our defense had hung in there, we would have beat Aaron Rodgers, man, giving that ball back to that man with 1 minute left. Gee,
1 minute, bro. You can't do any better.
Tell you.
You
All
can't
right.
do any better.
So you're going with the Seahawks.
Yes.
All right, going against the bias. Who's up next? Look at that big bias of 58 favoring the Broncos, who will be hosting the Ravens.
I'm not even gonna go with the bias. Go with the Broncos.
Going with the Broncos, eh?
Yes.
That's interesting. Interesting. So we have Teddy Two Gloves versus, well, it's not versus Lamar, but on the other side, you got Lamar Jackson, and you're going with Teddy Two Gloves in that defense, eh?
Yes, I am.
Oh, man. Anything in particular reason why? You see a deficiency?
I believe in the Broncos being able to handle
the Broncos to be able to take advantage of?
I believe in the Broncos being able to handle them. First of all, like I said in my review of week 3, the running game for the Ravens is not going the way that
they haven't quite figured that out yet, have
they? Haven't quite figured it out. And, it's a shame that J.K. Dobbins went down. I think if he had, not gotten injured, things would be running a lot smoother for them right now. And Tyson Williams would have been a surprise backup guy instead of having to be relied on to be the number 1 back. That being said, I believe the Broncos have the speed up front and in the linebacker core to give Lamar Jackson a lot of problems. And the more running he takes on, the more chances there are of them falling behind and him having to save him with his arm, which he is not real good at.
Damn, you sound like Barry Mitchell. Anyway.
Well, Barry Mitchell would have said the more running he has to take on, the more chances of him getting injured. That's the difference. That's what you would have said.
It's not either or. It's both. It's both.
It could be both. You're absolutely right.
All right. So you're going with the Broncos in this particular situation.
Yes, sir.
And as I just looked down to see here real quick, Broncos number 1 in defense, Ravens number 26 defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be right there enough information. Okay. Do you think this is an intriguing game? Steelers at Packers, bias plus score of 3 favors the Pack.
Nope.
I know. I'm not feeling it either, to be quite honest with you. If I'm not mistaken, it might be the smallest bias of the weekend.
That may be, but Aaron Rodgers is getting hotter and hotter, and Ben Roethlisberger is getting colder and colder. He's got a lot of injuries to his receiver core. All the Packers basically have to do is keep Najee Harris under control. That's the way I see it. If they keep Najee under control, the Steelers' defense can be had. And Aaron Rodgers is the best at picking defenses apart, weak defenses. So you got to go with the Packers.
Now, the interesting thing here is that you have Steelers have the 12th ranked defense, giving up 66 points. Packers have the 18th ranked offense, scoring 68 points.
Okay.
Small differential there. Steelers have the 28th ranked offense, and the Packers have the 24th ranked defense. So half a dozen of one, half a dozen of the other. That's why you have only a 3. That's why it's so small. But
right.
In terms of momentum, it looks like the momentum is on the part of the Packers, no doubt about
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's definitely the momentum situation. All right. We only got 2 games left. So the next game must be the Sunday night matchup. Buccaneers at Patriots. Everybody's talking about it like it's a soap opera. But the bottom line is by a score of 11 favors the Buccaneers. And there's no way in the world that the Bucs should let the Patriots beat them with the rookie quarterback. You got Tom Brady coming in.
Not going to happen. Mac and Cheese had a lot of trouble last week. He's going to have even more trouble this week. I expect him to throw the ball a lot. I expect him to throw for big yardage. I don't expect him to throw for many touchdowns. And Tom's going to go in there and do the thing to him. And they'll cheer him when he comes out, and they won't boo and da-da-da-da-da. Take the Buccaneers.
One thing we will say, Patriots are ranked 5th on defense.
Yep.
So that defense is back. That defense is back. So we'll see how that all works out.
I don't know how back they are.
Well, they're in 5th place. So when I say back, that's where we're used to seeing them at, up in that top echelon, top 8 in the defense. That's where they've been. Maybe
where they're ranked at now? Yeah.
You know,
it's true. I'm not so sure.
Like last year, where they were kind of in the shambles. Everybody was out for COVID. You know.
Yeah.
But before that, they were always, even when Tom Brady wasn't winning, their defense was strong.
Yeah, but the Saints just put 28 on them last week.
28 is it's like 28 is that threshold number now. If you can score 28 points, you can win in the NFL. I think on average, you can put 28 up. You kind of.
Yeah, so they put a 28 up on the Patriots.
Okay, all right. We'll see. We're still ranked 11th. You going with the Bucs then?
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. All right, Monday night. Raiders at Chargers. Bias plus score 10 favors the Raiders.
Man, we got a lot of. You got to pick an intriguing game this week. Week 4 is loaded.
Goodness, tell me about it. This is right there. And I already got it checked off as a possible intriguing game. We only talking about a bias plus 10.
Let me decide on mine first because you got so many options. I'm going to let you think yours over. I could go Cardinals, Rams. I could go Seahawks, Niners. They're too easy.
Browns, Vikings, Panthers, Cowboys.
Gee whiz.
I know. I got to make a choice.
You know what? For high-flying action, I'm going to go Raiders, Chargers.
That's going to be your entry.
Raiders, Chargers.
Okay. Monday night. And I love Monday night and Sunday night games because it's the only game. So as an intriguing game, you can sit there and just really focus on that game. So those are two good ones right there. Raiders, Chargers, I might wind up with you on that. But I got to think about it just a little bit more. Go ahead.
I'm going to go against the bias. I'm going to take the Chargers. And if you're betting the over-under, take the over.
So you're expecting some points.
This game might end up being 54-48.
The Raiders are 6th in scoring. They've put up 90 points. The Chargers are 19th in scoring. They've put up only 67 points.
But have the better running game.
The Raiders are 15th on defense. Chargers are 7th.
Yes. There you have it. There you have it right there. Better run game, better defense. Let's go.
Better run game, better defense. All right. Well, ladies and germs, that wraps up the Bias Plus reports for week 4. Can you believe we're almost 4 games in?
Bro, I'm like, it's week 4. Wow, where'd the time go? Then I remember there's 18 games.
17.
No, there's 17. There's 17 games.
But you know what's funny? I was talking to somebody and about the whole second preseason and stuff like that. And they were like, man, the preseason is a waste of time anyway. I don't know why we even have a preseason. And I said, man, the NFL owners would love you because they would like nothing more than to eliminate those 3 preseasons and make them all regular season and just do a 20-game season. Let's just go with it. Yep. They would love nothing more than that, man.
Yep.
Straight in with it,
There's a way they could do that, though.
Really?
You know how all these teams now are doing, and I forget when this started, but it hasn't been going on that long. Maybe the last 3 seasons, maybe 4, where these teams are actually having scrimmages with other teams for one whole week of training camp.
Right.
Before they play on the preseason game. If they made everybody have these scrimmages, they might be able to they might be able to pull this off.
The challenge is making them have these scrimmages.
Well, yeah, I mean, it has to be, it has to be negotiated.
If they sanction it and say, okay, you can do the scrimmage thing as much as you want, just won't have any preseason games. They'll probably be doing a lot of it voluntarily.
Right, because you're not forced to play certain players or nothing like that. It'll help you because now instead of a preseason game, you have like a week to analyze rookies, free agents, get guys out there on the field. They got regular NFL refs reffing the scrimmages.
Do they?
Yeah. They could pull that off. I don't know if that's a good thing I said that out loud. Somebody might be mad at me.
I know. NFL hears and be like, Ben said.
Yeah, right.
All right, that wraps up the Bias Plus reports for week 4.